Here's a look at the exact trades for eMiniDayTrader trading system for the week of January the 5th, 2009. Starting off here, taking a look at Monday's action. We only had two trades this day. We used this symbol right here to get short right here, participate in this down auction. We were still bullish and had an upward bias for our trading on this day. We had a second trade using this balance area here when it dipped down. Unfortunately, we were stopped out on this trade. So only had two trades on Monday, and more or less a break-even day for us that day. The trading on Tuesday was a little different. We had 5 trades on this day, and we had very good rejection off of the high here. We had some support on the low, and so we were able to get short right in here, which worked out very nicely. Had a beautiful fill on that, using that symbol right there, as you can see, to participate in some of the down auction that occurred just a short time after that. So that was our first trade there. We had another opportunity when the market decided to rally up and show some strength. We actually get long right in here and participate in this up movement. Not a even though we still had an upward bias going into this day, we could see that the sellers were obviously showing some strength. So we did take that long trade. It worked out nicely. Got long that trade right around 932. It rallied to 934.75. Later in the day, when the market did not make a new low here, we had an opportunity to get long right in this area around 933. And that worked out well. It immediately bounced up to 36 and change. However, because of this good rejection off of the high and some exhaustion symbols here, we got short once here, hit our first objective, so stopped at a break even on that trade, but then had another opportunity to get short on the next move down, and that turned out to probably be the best trade of the day, as we were able to hold on to that all the way through down here. Getting short on that one at 37 and holding on to that one down to 931 and change. So worked out, I think, to be the best trade of the day, although this one in here was also very good. So we had several trades on Tuesday the 6th. Moving forward here to the trades that we had on Wednesday the 7th. We had a development occur overnight that I mentioned on the previous video, and it really did shift our bias to down. And you can see that the market here had a couple of attempts to form a top, a couple of attempts here to form a bottom. So it really was consolidating at this time, even though we knew that the downward bias was in effect. We did have an opportunity here after the market had attempted to find a bottom. We had a trigger here off of this, and actually allowed us to get long to participate in some of this up auction here. But we were fairly nimble on that trade because we knew from the action that happened overnight that the condition of the market had shifted into a downward bias that was previously an upward bias. So when the market did break lower, we were able to get short here, participate in some of this down move as well, and so that was nice. We did have one trade late in the day allowing us to get long here, participate in some of this up movement, although that was a counter trend day or counter trend trade, and had to be fairly nimble with it as a result. Going into the trades on Thursday, we had early in the day an indication that the market was at least temporarily trying to find a bottom, and as a result, when it rallied up in this area in here, we were able to get long on a pullback, which worked out great. It immediately had a nice rally up from our entry there from around 900 and change up to almost 905. A similar thing happened here as the market came down, spent some time below here. We were able to get short when it bounced here and able to participate in that down move there as well. So that worked out nicely. To finish off the day here on the 8th, the market was showing a little bit of life, not able to make new lows, and as a result, in around this area here, we're able to get long as the market burst up higher. It immediately rallied from our long at 899 up to 902.75, pulling back, getting stopped at a break even on the pullback here before it continued some more upward movement to finish off the day. But it wasn't, as I'd said on the previous video, when we were looking at the condition of the market, we really didn't think that this move higher had a lot of legs left into it, and as a result, what we ended up by doing is realizing that the market could have a pretty strong sell-off come the next day, and that sell-off did occur after an early morning bounce. Prior to the regular trading hours opening here, it did rally up to our resistance area, which was in around the 913, 914 area, and then the market had this swift sell-off here. You notice that we had a couple of magenta bars. We don't often happen, and we know that when they do occur, that they become very good reference areas. So we had a couple of them here. I'll just show the lower one. You can see here that once they're formed, they become good barriers, and with all of this trading below it, it became a resistance area, and you can see the market came in here a couple of times, tested it another time here, and actually got right up to the high of it and gave us a really good signal to get short here off of this test. And so we had a nice trade in there to get short. Earlier in the session, we did have an opportunity to get long, although it was a nimble trade, and it was long right in here, knowing that the resistance was in here, but it did give us enough room to move on that one. So we're, because we never want to make a trade unless we've got at least a couple of points for the market to kind of have some room to move. And so those are the trades that we had on Friday. We did have one other trade that did get us long in the market right in here, which was a trade that some of our traders would decide not to take because of this known resistance area here, but because of the fact that it already tested twice into it, it was likely that the top of the resistance area up in here could get tested. So we had an aggressive trade long in here, and it did get up and reach that other part of the resistance area, this this yellow area, and then we had the short trade off of this exhaustion indication with the diamond and triangle, allowing us to get short right in here. So the market is continuing to show its bearish development, and there's no reason to expect that things have turned around at this point. So we certainly, just as we had an up bias going into this past week, we have a down bias going into this next week. So just a little bit more detailed look at the exact trades that we had for this past week. Tuesday and Thursday we had, I think, 5 and 4 trades. The other days, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I think we only had 2 trades on 2 of them and 3 trades on one of those days, so a little bit lighter as far as the trading was concerned. But usually over the course of the week we end up with an average of around 4 trades per day on average, so that works out to about 20 trades a week. We're not trying to pinpoint every move in the market. We're trying to obviously just identify those trades that have a higher opportunity for reward and a lower risk component. And all of these trades I've just shown you here, I haven't showed you the exact details of every one. Of course, we must save that for our members, but every one of our trades that I was explaining here have exact trade entries, exact trade setups right to the tick, as well as defined risk right to the tick. So these are our objective trades that we try and combine in with our subjective analysis of the market condition using objective market structure. And so we try and really combine those, and as our members move along, they're more capable to understand the condition of the market and place trades in a somewhat more of a discretionary manner if they so choose to, as they develop that kind of skill in being able to identify the actual condition of the market. But our trade types are right to the tick, defined that way. And if you'd like to learn more, please visit us at eMiniDayTrader.com. Thanks for taking the time to view this video.